I'm in the city.
That means it's time to grab your 2K TV gear. Head on over to Swags. I recommend the Team Alexis shirt.
You know what? Whatever you choose, don't worry. Put it on. Some double XP.
You're going to want to here we are crowning a 2K TV Tuesday MVP.
You know it.
Well, we know the players enjoyed the rest they get during All-Star Weekend. But Greg, do you think it should be moved till later in the season?
I like how the current format splits up the season, but it seems more fair to hold an All-Star towards the end of the season so that voters get a more complete look at each player.
So with George on the bench, this is who Eric. They've got Edwards. Rollins is out there with Butler. Then there's LaMelo Ball. And it's the franchise in at the point guard position. Here's Jang. Just 5 to shoot. He sinks the 11-footer.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Here's the franchise. Trains it from beyond the arc.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Keeps the defense guessing. They don't know who to try to take away.
And Giddey gets it to go.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range. The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 17-footer. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Using that size in the mid-range, Shea can get this shot anytime he wants.
Here's the franchise. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. They get it back. And the shot is good.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Dagnall. He said he honestly doesn't know what to expect. This is the first meeting between these two teams this year. So there'll be some feeling out at the beginning. But he told me sometimes that's when we're at our best, relying on our instincts and awareness at the offensive end. Kevin, we'll see if that holds true.
That's interesting, David. Thanks. The team believing, Greg, its success is tied specifically to how well they shoot.
And how do you set that up? Run the plays the way they were designed and just share the basketball.
And also try to get out and run. Get some open looks from distance before the defense can set up.
And this is Gilgeous-Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
You know, one thing, Greg, the Thunder have done a great job drafting international players.
Players like Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams in the past. A few good ones on this current roster as well. Credit the OKC scouts for just finding guys all over the world.
That's a shot the defense looked like it was willing to give up. Big mistake.
Pass to Jang. Now Bridges. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Rebound by the Heat. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup.
Oklahoma City the rebound. Here's Holmgren. And finally they hit one. Holmgren's got his second bucket tonight.
Just an innate ability to rebound the basketball and then make the defense pay.
When he gets a few of those early, look out. It gets his blood pumping, and suddenly there's nobody who can hold him.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander after the three-pointer from the franchise.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of
what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Gilgeous Alexander passes to Bridges, and it's blocked. The Heat leading by 9. From past the arc, sticks another. 3 more from the franchise. The franchise has got 21 in the game. Here's Gilgeous Alexander. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
When he gets that jumper working, Shea can do pretty much anything off of it.
Here's the franchise, and again, Miami with the triple.
3 points. Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Heat out front, they lead by 13. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
Well, in my opinion, the way the 3 has been falling for them here early on, you have to think they'll keep firing away.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Thomas Bryant is out there with Cheeks. Then it's Bamba. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Cross in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And so here is Oklahoma City, down by 15. And this league has plenty of guys who can take over a game at any time. But Steve, how fun is it to have a team with multiple threats and on any given night?
Well, it's really, Kevin, unfair because you have 2 guys that can get it going. And for the defense and the other team, that is hard to contend with.
The raw talent Bamba has, just so impressive. A shot blocking specialist who also makes an impact on the offensive end.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks a lot, guys. Josh Giddey has been attracting admirers, including LeBron James. King said he's really, really good. He has a great pace about the game, great vision. Josh is one of those kids who can definitely see the game a lot quicker than most guys out on the floor. And he's showing it. He's just been playing beautiful basketball. Kevin, that's high praise.
It is both amazing passes. David, thank you. Cheeks kicks to Bryant. To the inside. That's in. The Miami lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Cheeks.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
This Heat team does just about everything well. They're one of the top teams in the league on offense and on D. They can win games at either end of the floor.
Giddey the pass to Cheeks. Back to Giddey. Pass to Cross. From the arc. Todd with the rebound. And Miami, Smitty, really has succeeded in putting together a complete ball club. I mean, from top to bottom, with all the parts needed.
I totally agree, Kevin. That was their goal. Build a team that doesn't rely on any one strength. On nights when they're not shooting it well, their defense can pick up the slack.
And the franchise gets it to go.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Henry passes to the franchise. 6 to shoot. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it will be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
Very difficult game to predict. They are not familiar with each other. I expect to see a lot of in-game adjustments tonight on both sides.
And now a pass break for the Thunder. Bamba wide open, and he fires. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Bamba's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Crucial that Bamba keeps evolving his perimeter game. Big men like him have to be able to shoot it.
And the first time out of the game called for the Heat. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but Greg, some of the existing ones have been updated. You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Bamba. Bridges comes in for Bryant. Jang, he's checked in for Cheeks. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Josh Giddey. And that's going to be a turnover. They call for 8 seconds. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And big defensive play.
say knock, we on they block, we